All right, good morning. It's been a great morning for me. It rained last night, nice and cold outside. I got a fire going in the wood stove, hot coffee. Beautiful day out. So, what could make it better than to pretend the world is ended by a massive apocalypse and I'm trying not to freeze to death or getting eaten by wolves? So, what do you say? Let's get started. We left off yesterday from I'm not sure where. We'll figure it out. Oh, yeah, we're in the farmhouse. We finally found the key, which was great to finally find the key. I can't believe it took me that long to find the key. That was crazy. I was getting frustrated. I was beginning to think the key didn't even spawn. But usually it's not the game. Usually it's me. Those guys I watch, man, they make it look easy, but it's not easy. Okay, what were we doing? Well, oh yeah, we needed to sort out our stuff. I think I was pretty well through looting. Yeah, well, it's looting. Where I live, it's looting. It ain't looting. So, let's see. I'm gonna strip those down. I am drastically overweight. I'm gonna have to do a little Jenny Crank diet here. I got my oh yeah, worn work pants, decent work pants. Having a text with my cousin last night. He was watching my stream, and he told me, he said I needed to use I needed a soundtrack for my channel. And of course, copyrights being what they are, I can't exactly do it. But I'll tell you the title of what he thought it should be. And a lot of you, probably most of you, will pick up. It was a 1980s disco song called "Staying Alive." And I'm not going to sing it for you because I don't want to get number one, I just don't want to. That would be cruel and unusual for you. But anyway, I have had that song stuck in my head all morning. And it's his fault. I blame him. And that's okay. We kind of had a neat little text-a-thon yesterday talking about different ideas for songs. But if you were to put a soundtrack to a long dark stream, I kind of thought one by Metallica would be pretty good, or Paint It Black. If any of you old timers remember Paint It Black, yeah, I'm old too. It's okay. Embrace the oldness. So let's see. We've got this looted. I think we need to check some outbuildings. See what, I'm still way overweight here. Let's see, what have I got that I don't? I definitely need to keep those. That was the birch saplings and the maple. That's part of the reason I came. So oh, that's a lot. The rope. That's what it is. We're going to leave that rope here for now, and that's a huge drop right there. We can eat, and that'll relieve a little bit of weight, contrary to the good Jenny Crank diet. Yeah, just the opposite. You want to eat to lose weight. We don't need this necessarily because I don't know if I'm using firearms. I will make noise makers later on for the wolves in Black Rock for sure. Several of these aren't that good, so we're going to leave them here. The 35, we'll drop the 36%, the 37. We'll keep 40 and above. That helps. Drink a little bit. That'll lighten me up a little bit. What else we got here? I got this. Yeah, that needed to be harvested. And then we're gonna check our clothing, and we're also tired, so that's a lot of our carry weight is we're taking a hit on that. So practical gunsmithing. Well, we'll read it later, but we don't necessarily need that because nobody said anything in the comment section yet on whether or not I should use the firearms or wait for the bow. But in the absence of direction from y'all, I think I'm going to continue practicing for Stalker for Interloper by not using my firearms. I've actually got a interloper start that I haven't died on yet, 3 days in, but if you've seen my past interloper starts, you know that can change rather suddenly and rather dramatically. So if I can get a good interloper start for a while, I might be able to, might actually be able to get one streamed. But okay, I think we're pretty well as light as I want to get for now. There's my rope. I want to put it up. How about right here? And stump remover. Oh, that's a torch. Don't want that. Where'd that stump remover go? We're going to put that right here. And we'll leave all that. And then we're going to go to bed. And when we wake up, we shouldn't be overweight. Wouldn't it be awesome if it worked that way in real life? Yeah. Off to a decent start. Oh, I didn't even look at what day we're on. I guess I should look at that. Let's get a little drink. Have a little food. All I got's pork and beans, peaches. Ooh, that one's 25%. Well, let's go ahead and use that here since we got a place to sleep. That way, if I get food poisoning, I can sleep here. It's only 25% condition, so it's a little risky trying to eat it. But if you're going to use those, if you're going to use that low condition food, do it where you can sleep and when you have antibiotics on hand so you can recover. And then I think we're going to try to sleep for another hour. Waiting on daylight. And then we're going to double check the outbuildings here, see if there's anything we can craft, and then probably head back to, well, I don't know. Can't decide. Do I want to go back to Gray Mother's house? Do I want to set up base here? That's the question. Let me think on that for a minute. This has got the 6-burner stove, I think. That's the biggest thing about Gray Mother's house is the 6-burner stove. I mean, it's huge. When it's time to level up cooking, having that 6-burner stove. Yeah, this one does have the 6-burner stove. We've got the work table. We've got some furniture to break down if we want to. We've got the work table out in the barn, and we've got access to the next region just up over the hill there. So yeah, we're going to move our base down here. That might be our well, I want to loot the church. I want to go loot the church up there. That's the other side of town, and then I think we're going to try to move our base. That's probably going to be my next project. And we'll set this up for more of a permanent base to return to. So, let's see. Let's take... all I got is Pinnacle Peaches. I don't want to build a fire, so I think we'll just do without. Let's drop our food. No, I want to drop the food outside. I've always thought that when it's outside it doesn't go bad, but I could be wrong on that. I don't know. It's just I've always played it that way, and it seems like I remember it being that way. So we're going to drop, I'm going to keep the tea with me. We're going to drop the food out here. I'm going to set that gunsmithing book down for later. Let's see, let's just drop everything we don't absolutely need. Those can go, how about this chest right here? There'll be my repair box for my cloth and my leather. I should have put them saplings down last night. I don't know what I was thinking. I got just enough to craft up some rose hips, so I should do that. Let's put this out. Ought to be getting, it's not quite. Have I got enough light yet? I should craft my rose hips up. Oh, where are they at? Takes 24, and that just happens to be how many I had. So that takes care of that. Okay. Why is it still dark in here? The sun's almost completely up. That's annoying. Come on. Part of daylight, don't you understand? Anyway, we're gonna drop these here, let them start curing, and drink our fill. See what else I got to drop. Since we're coming right back, some of this stuff does not need to be taken. For example, the can opener can stay here. Definitely drop about 5 of these. Probably don't need to take over 1 torch with me. These books can be put, these are gun books, so I may not even need them, but we'll put them up for now. I need to refuel my lantern. Actions, refuel. Refuel that, and because I'm going to take it with me, but I can drop the lantern oil. And I'm only going to take 1 can with me. I can drop all this ammo. I can drop that sewing kit. I'm going to take that one just in case. And I don't need the whetstone right now. Seems like, okay, I don't need those right now. Don't need that right now. I don't have an old man's beard here. Or at least not in the game. I might have one in real life in another month. But so I'm going to take the crowbar. I want to take the knife, take the hatchet. I think we're about as light as we're going to get. 45 pounds, that's pretty light. Okay, let's sort this out here. What do we got? Put the jerry can up here with this because that's an important thing I don't want to keep track of. The charcoal doesn't matter. Got a bunch of it up at Gray Mother's house, and I'll leave it there. I'm probably not going to use this, so I'm just going to put it right there. That's I'll break it down later. Charcoal. Watch me sort my stuff. Exciting footage today. Today in Milton. Old guy sorts his junk. More at 5, or 10, or 6, or whatever newscast you want to watch. Recycled can. We'll take that in here. Way it's where I can find it. Can, oh, charcoal. And flares. Oh, I got a lot of flares. That's for later. Can. Sewing kit. Click good spot for that. Practical gunsmithing. We are probably not going to need that, but we're going to set it in a safe place, say about right there. Frontier shooting guide, same story. We get bored, there it is. Whetstone for sharpening our junk. Can opener. We'll come back for that. Okay, we're in pretty good shape here. Let's drink our fill. We're going to go loot the church, and then we're going to start shuttling stuff back from Gray Mother's house. Want to eat? No, I'll find something to eat on the way. Okay, let's get ready for. Do I have rocks? I got rocks. Let's get that ready just in case we have a wolf problem. And let's run because we can, since we're light. Keep an eye out for them wolves. Okay, there are still 2 of them. Problem is, if it's a male and female, they're going to make babies. There's a bear. No, I think the bear is actually up by the bridge. We shouldn't have to worry about the bear. Okay, we're going to run out to the church. I should. I don't know if I've done any. No, I haven't. I need to do more mapping. I didn't even map down by the house. Or the farm, I should say. I haven't actually got that achievement for mapping everything yet, so I'm working on it. Actually, don't laugh at me, but I have a Pilgrim playthrough. It's the very first one I ever had in this game. I've still got, and it's only like maybe 100 days in, but I still get on there, and don't be ashamed of it. If that's what it takes to learn the maps, it gives you a nice. You don't have to worry about wolves at all because wolves and bears, everything just runs away from you. Makes hunting a little bit of a challenge because everything runs from you. So you have to be a really good shot and crouch and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's a great. There's Gray Mother's house over there, and the bank. So anyhow, we're going up this way. I just kind of rounded the corner off, and there's a church over here. May not have anything good in it. I don't know. I don't look at the loot tables. But I know it's here, so we're gonna go see what's in it. Maybe nothing, maybe something, maybe junk. But there's a bed in it, I know, or at least there is in Pilgrim. I know there's a bed in it. There's some cars up here. And I'm not going to go on. If you go on around the corner, there's a whole bunch of cars and a bridge, and I'm not going to do that because there is a bear around there and more wolves, and I want to keep moving. I want to go get. I want to get out of Mountain Town. We can come back to it later, but I want to get moved on to the next region, which I'm not quite sure which one it's going to be yet. Kind of leaning towards Pleasant Valley. I know I need to find the hammer, and I don't think I got the hacksaw yet. Did I get? Yeah, I don't have the hacksaw yet, so I need to find the hammer and the hacksaw. And
hope nobody needs this anymore.
Something up there. Oh, another hatchet. There just seems to be a lot. Well, I might be getting my save games mixed up, so don't quote me on that. But I was going to say it seems to be a lot of hatchets in the game, but I might just have my save games mixed up. Man, in Pilgrim, I've got like 10 of them. I've got like 2 in every base, and it's just crazy. You should never have to craft your tools in Pilgrim for sure, I don't think. If you were to start a game and you hadn't played before, I would skip Pilgrim if I had it to do again. I mean, I'm still playing it just because I'm so far into it and I've got a lot of it mapped and all that good stuff. But if you're going to play, if you're just starting out, if it were me, I would skip Pilgrim and I'd go straight to Voyager because hunting really is a pain in the patella to get going. Because, like I said, everything runs from you. Wolves are easy to kill when they charge you. You got to be careful of parasites, but in Voyager you don't. You don't have parasites in Voyager, so you don't have to worry about that. You can start eating your bear and your wolf meat, your predator meat right off. But it's good to get in the habit of not, just so you're ready for interloper and stalker later on. True story, I actually did not know anything about parasites until I was watching Zachnifine stream last night. He,
Okay.
well, not stream, a video on YouTube. Really good video called 5 days to a bow, or 12 days, 5 hours, 12 days to get the bow, or whatever it was. It's a long video. It's like 6 hours long. But I mean, he just does, he really does a phenomenal, sit for the whole thing, you know. It's easy to skip through it, but sit through the whole thing if you have time, because he goes through an entire interloper start, and I mean, he just does a great job, and he keeps it interesting. Look at that, another hatchet.
lucky
Wow.
day.
Another hatchet. Baseball cap. So yeah, you know, check him out, man. He does some phenomenal tutorials. But, you know, come back and see me too. But I won't lie to you. I'm learning, and I'm making videos as I learn, because I don't know, it's kind of fun. And some friends of mine that do actually do some videos, they kind of implied that there just wasn't enough of my drawl on the internet. So I was always kind of ashamed of my drawl, you know. But it is what it is. And okay, did I check this car already? I didn't put the hood up, so I must not have. Yeah, I did. I just forgot to put the hood up. Bad killer. No biscuit. Don't you mess with my biscuits. All right. There's a graveyard up here. I don't know if there's anything good on it. This is where the spoiler alert. Plug your ears if you haven't played story. But there's a grave back here, which is one of the last goals in Milton to visit. So I won't tell you exactly which grave it is, but it's up here. Also in story mode, back over that way, is a cache full of some good gear, usually. I don't know if it's fixed gear or whether it changes, but I don't think there's actually anything here. Ooh, rabbits. But I don't want the scent, so. Yeah, we're starting to get cold, so we're going to work our way back to Grandmother's house. We've got this cleared out. There's usually a lot of reishi mushrooms in here, at least in the lower levels. I don't know how many there is here, so if you're playing a lower level, there's usually quite a few reishis in here, which are antibiotics, natural antibiotics, plus they're levels your cooking when you make them into the teas, levels your cooking, and gives you a warm-up benefit when you're out in the cold. Learned that from Zachnifine. I would have never thought of it. That looks like a corpse. Or not a corpse, but a dead wolf.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Oh man, it's too windy to build a fire, I think. Let's find out. I would love to have his hide. I don't want to get the meat because, number one, it gives me parasites, but it's also, yeah, it's just too windy. How long would it take to get I just want the hide for the coat. 30 minutes. You know, this may be the famous last words of the pool, but I'm just going to go for it. Come on. How big's the hit? Okay, we can get that back pretty easy. Risk big. I didn't know how much damage I would take. I was already cold, but we're going to hurry back to Grandmother's house now. Because that is, it's not far, so that was kind of a calculated risk. But if I were to get hit by a wolf right now, I would already be in a hurting. Not too bad, but sometimes, you know, that wolf hide, that's one step closer to a wolf hide coat. So it's calculated risk. It may pay off. It should pay off. As long as nothing goes wrong between here and Gray Mother's house, it'll pay off for me. I'm going to get a start. I need to gather a few of these because so I can quit carrying the antiseptic bottle because it's heavy. And when you turn these into the old man's beard dressings, they're very light, so you can save some weight, carry weight, by carrying these instead of the antiseptics. Plus, there's only so many antiseptic bottles in the game, so eventually you've got to do something if you're going to go on a long playthrough. Lord willing, if nothing goes wrong, we're going for 500 days on this one. I think if I can get 500 days on this series, I think I might be ready for to undertake the Interloper. Of course, I'm still playing, toying with the different Interlopers things on my own, getting ready for working up towards that Interloper start. You know, I thought I was just going to start Interloper right off, and yeah, it was painful. Of course, if you go back and look at those videos, I didn't even post only part of them, but if you go back and look at those videos, man, it was rough going. It's definitely not to be taken lightly. Need to know the maps, need to know the mechanics. And, you know, Zach was saying in that video last night that even as long as he's been playing, he's still learning things, and I can believe it. I mean, it's just so much to this game. We're at 26 minutes here, and we are tired, and we need to heal. Oh, well, we're not tired yet. Do need to warm up, though. Not taking the ammo. I'm going to take that. Gonna take that. Gonna take that. Gonna take that. Gonna take that. It's a solid. That. Leave that. I'm gonna leave that here. I need the crow feathers. I think I'll take the scrap metal. Leave all this stuff here in case I need. I'll take part of these. In case I'm in a pinch and have to come back here for something, I'll have stuff here. I'll leave one painkiller, leave one antibiotic. Take a couple of these, leave the rest because I don't really need them. What's down here? I'm just going to leave those here. Oop. Leave these here for a pinch. Firewood's pretty, I'm going to take one piece. I've got an extra bedroll on me, so I'm going to leave that one here. No, I want to leave it at the farmhouse. These aren't cured yet, but I'm going to take them with me. That's a little risky because the guts are going to make me stay. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, well, I needed to rest anyway. The guts are going to make me stink, which is going to be a wolf problem. So I think I'm going to drop those. Me and the wolves of Milton have history, as some of you know. So we're not going to tempt them. The hides, apparently, from what I heard, don't make you stink, but the guts do, and raw meat does. So. Okay, so I got all that. And I want to take my cooking pots for sure. Now I'm overweight, but I'm going to be overweight. There's just no way around that. I'm a big boy. Oh, I mean, no, okay, the game, yeah. No, Jenny Crank ain't going to help us. We have a whole lot of, we got a lot of food. I'm not going to take any water because I can make more, but I want to take most of this food down there, which is going to be very heavy. Going to make me very heavy, which is going to make me a little bit on the vulnerable side. little. It's going to make me a lot on the vulnerable side. So I will have to go real easy. Is that cooked? Yes, okay. Only 188 calories. We should be able to eat that. I'll leave all the water. I should have enough on me. Yeah, I have too much on me, really. Drink my fill, and then may drop part of that. See what we got food-wise. I'm not sleeping, so I don't want to eat the low condition stuff. Eat that. It's a little bit heavy, so I'll try. Oh, that's low condition, but I think 36 will be okay. I don't think that'll be a problem. We can go inside and eat if we need to, so I'm going to eat that. Or go inside and sleep if I get food poisoning. We got a lot here. I'm going to drink my fill. Then I'm going to drop everything but I'm going to keep a sip. And so I'm overweight, but it's not tremendously overweight. It's kind of the case in real life too. And then we're going to get a torch out in case we run into big bad Leroy Brown down here wanting to eat my face. And we're going to take ourselves back to the farmhouse and probably we'll be getting close to the end of the day. I'll probably sort my stuff out and then try to finish out this day. We're on day 6. Try to finish out day 6 and go to sleep and end the video once I get tired down here. Got to remember our 2 wolves down here to the right. I say that for your benefit, but mostly for mine. I'm not that altruistic. It's a verbal reminder that I might die if I get dumb. Heavy on the I don't know if I can like that in this wind though. There's my wolves awful close there. They're closer to the road. I better hug this. You really don't want to get in a struggle with a wolf whenever I'm overburdened. Really lowers your chances. Gonna crouch to reduce the sprain risk. It also lowers your visibility range if you're. He can't detect you as easily if you're crouched. You know, if I stand up and get in the road, he's going to see me. But if I crouched in the road, I'd probably be safe, as I understand it. Over here, I should be pretty safe though. I don't think he's safe. Yeah, he doesn't smell me. I don't have anything stinky on me, so I should be pretty good. I left those guts back at Gray Mother's, and I didn't get any guts or meat off that that wolf carcass, so all I got's the hide. We should be in pretty good shape. So we got the work table in the barn. We got a 6-burner stove up here in the house. A lot of stuff to break down. We got wolf spawns over there if we want to kill a couple for the wolf hide coat. So this is going to be, and then the entrance to I don't know if it's Pleasant Valley or Mystery Lake. I think up there. I got to look it up. Okay, we're going to as usual, drop my food outside because I believe it keeps it fresher. I don't know that for a fact, but I think it does. I think I can. Drop all my food out here and keep my water on me. And then we're going to do a little inventory management. That's my fire stuff. So we're going to drop my fire stuff here. If I have any, oh yeah, I got plenty on me. Drop that. Drop that. Drop that coal. I want the coal separate. Drop. Yeah, and I want that separate. And I want that. Okay. Cedar, firewood. Everything else should be books. Okay. Drop my firewood here. Drop my. I ain't gonna be that anal about it. Drop all of those. Should keep that on us. Drop my coal. I want to put these on the table for later use. Cardboard matches that don't have as high probability of working, so they're good to stock in your base, in my opinion. As always, my opinion. My 2 cents worth. Take that and $5, and you might be able to get a cup of coffee at Starbucks, but I would not hold my breath. I hear it's pretty expensive. That needs to be put up because that's important, but I don't need to carry it. So we're going to put it up here. Kind of the same setup we did at Gray Mother's. I'm just moving. Okay, so let's see what we got here. This is my crafty stuff. That needs to cure. That still needs to... Whoopsie. This still needs to cure. So that needs to go down. I need to craft those up. But anyhow, there's my wolf pelt. We're going to slide it over here. And now my rabbit pelt. I'm going to slide it over here. And how's my birches looking? 8? Oh yeah, they got a long way to go. And then we got, what else we got? I need to leave one of those here. Look at the hatchets. Oh my word, it wasn't my imagination. It is this playthrough. I'm not complaining. I mean, they're great to have, but I don't need to carry that with me. I don't have the flare gun. I'm going to put these on the stove, carry one with me. I'm going to drop 4 of these. Okay, food-wise, we're in good shape. Clothing, and drop that, drop that, drop that, drop that. Did I take something off I needed? No, okay. And I don't need all these. Drop all those, drop all those. I'll keep those until I make up my old man's beard stuff. Drop those. I need to make those up into teas, but I'm going to drop them because you'll use it. Those you'll accidentally use for tinder if you're not paying attention. So I'm going to keep 1 can on me. All right, put my crafty stuff in here. Crafties. Crow feathers. Actually, they don't weigh squat. I'm going to keep them with me. I need to craft those up, but I only need, we're only going to move 1 because I need the sets of 2. So put that there. We should be getting light. Oh yeah, Jenny Crank would be proud. Okay, let's see here. Charcoal. Put by the door. That's for scrapping later. So we'll put that over here. Come on, get there. Hatchet. There. Come on. Really? Cooking pot, stove. Not the books. Come on. Painkillers. Antibiotics. Another hatchet. Is this exciting or what? It won't be this bad forever, but when you're establishing your base, you want to get everything kind of in order. That way, whenever I come in and I'm about half dead, which you know happens, been attacked by wolves, and the bear done violated me and made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. And everything's leaking to the outside. I don't mean that in a perverse way, by the way. But anyway, yeah, you come in the door and you're bleeding to death. You want to be able to know where stuff's at. One thing about it, when you get into a struggle with the bear, you're usually leaking when you come back out. Baseball cap, charcoal. Oh, come on, take my charcoal. Flashlight. We'll keep that right there. Yeah, well, right there, because that's for the wolves during an aurora. You can also use it to see around. I tried to use that in the dam one time in story mode, and the aurora quit, and I'm standing there in the dark with no torches or nothing. Yeah, that was fun. About killed me. Well, it did. I had to reload. Story mode, you can reload. Antibiotic. Oh, Lord, how much charcoal did I have? I think I'm just going to pick all that up. Make a neater pile outside. That's getting carried away. Birch bark. Hunting knife. Flare shell. Looking pretty good here. All right. We're getting tired.
Need to rest
Day is getting close to being done. I think what I'm gonna do, this place is cluttered. My OCD's taking over. We're gonna spend a little time breaking some of this down. We need the firewood. It's gonna be a base, we might as well. But but I've still got some energy left and I got some daylight left, so I might as well do something. I hear a storm. I think I'm gonna move my...
Man, I am too tired to think straight.
So am I. Find my reclaimed wood, drop all that over here. And then we need, oh, my food's outside. I need to go eat a bite, need to get full. I want to keep that well-fed bonus. That increases our carry capacity. Eat the salty crackers. That's going to make me thirsty. I'm going to eat this beef jerky. That's going to make me thirsty. The other beef jerky. That's going to make me thirsty. And I'm not worried about the health because I'm getting ready to go to bed. So I'm going to, even though I'm taking a health hit, I'm conserving water, but I'm going to get it right back as soon as I go to bed here. So it's not a big deal. Oh, did I get enough water? I probably don't have enough on me. Okay, that was done. Back out. Let's get some more. Do I have water out there? Yeah, I do. No, I don't. Oh, dear. Well, alrighty then. I thought I had water. Temporary episode extension. Oh, wow, we're 45 minutes. Gonna be a long one for you today, folks. But the file size isn't that big today for some reason. I don't understand how all that works, honestly. Just being honest, I don't. Alright, we're going to use these matches. I want to use my wooden ones. A little bit of wood. I don't need, I don't have any, doggone it. I don't have any tinder on me. knife, but okay, now we got tinder. Cardboard matches, reclaimed wood. 35% success rate. I think we're going to use that accelerant.
Damn it!
Now, how did I fail with accelerant? I mean, come on. That is not even cool. All right, we're going to go interloper trick here. We're going to guaranteed one match to work. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyhow, that will always work. And then you put your tinder and use your torch that's lit right now. And then even if it fails 5 or 6 times, you're still just burning the torch. Wow, she is really not doing well with this fire thing today. I didn't just use a match. I used a match, didn't I? Wow.
Come on, little fire. Come
And I'm out of tinder again. Okay. I get the point. It's mad at me. For some reason, I have made the game angry. May have to use another torch. The game is angry with me. 35% success. Wait, why? Oh, we got matches. Torch. Torch. 40%. Why is it only 40%? I mean, good Lord. Really? I've got tinder. I've got the torch. I don't understand why the rate is so low. I mean, I get the whole reclaimed wood thing, but I don't know. If it fails this time, I'm gonna have to get another torch out. I think.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
There it's gonna go. About time. Holy smokes, that was crazy. All right, now add fuel before that crap goes out. Throw this one back in there too, the one I'm holding. I guess I should have hung on to that, huh? Anyway. Where's all that reclaimed wood at? I need to make a little... need to make me some water. I got a little bit from my food a while ago. Left a bunch up there at Gray Mother's house. Need about 2 hours on that. So I need to put in... I need more sticks. About two hours to do water. With the cooking skill as low as it is for me right now. Do water in that one. Water in that one. Do water in that one. Alright. 2 hours. Past time. Past time. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Oh, well, not drink it, put it up. Okay, so that won't boil away. We're gonna put our matches back down here. And we're gonna go to bed because Astrid is about to fall over. And that's going to be a long episode. We're we're getting close to an hour. All right, we should be able to sleep for the full 10 hours, get fully healed back up. All right, we need a drink, but our health is back to full. Notice, so we didn't, we took a little bit of damage yesterday, but not a big deal. We're going
I'd
to
do
call
anything
that
for a
an
drink right now.
episode right there. Tomorrow we'll pick up, well, maybe later tonight. We'll see. As always, hit that like button if you haven't already, and if you like my content, be so kind as to hit that subscribe and get them bell notifications. Thanks for watching.